Hey guys, I'm El-Ruth and welcome back to my lifestyle channel. Today I wanted to tell you all the things they don't tell you about law firms. Some of these things they probably won't want you to know. I might be getting myself in trouble for sharing them. But you know, I've done a lot of experience. I've had a lot of partners, solicitors, trainees talk to me and give me their top advice. And so I have accumulated all of these things and made a video for you. Number one of the things they don't tell you when you're going to law firms, you're chatting to them at these networking sessions, is that in the world of law, as in solicitors that is, I'm not talking about barristers here, in law firms it's becoming more and more the thing that there isn't actually that much client contact, partly because their clients don't have that much money or aren't making that much money anymore, or because the law services is just so expensive that they would rather do as much communication as possible over the computer screen. So this is one of the things they don't tell you. I mean, you've done your law degree, you've done all your training. For me, I will really want to be with people, communicating with people, networking with people. I do not want a relationship with my computer screen, which for the big law firms, it feels like you don't really get that much contact time. The little firms, there isn't that many clients, so you don't get that much client time either. Clients would just rather you email them, which means that your job is pretty much just you and your computer screen. So you end up killing yourself to get a training contract, to sit at a desk. Number two, they don't tell you that you do not need to be working these crazy hours. The solicitors in London, they do not need to be working that much, except for rare occasions where you've got the case the next day or something needs to be closed or a transaction needs to be happen, then you have to stay late. But all this regular time that all these lawyers in London are working so late, they don't actually need to. This is why. Let me give you a scenario. As a solicitor, you bill your clients certain things. So a phone call, you bill them. An email, let's use an email for example. Say the standard on the piece of paper, the billing thing is that email takes 20 minutes and then they get billed a certain amount for an email. So instead of hiring the amount of lawyers, solicitors, trainees that they need, they hire less and force that one trainee to send about 50 emails in the time that it should take to send one. To be honest, that was a slight over-exaggeration. Let's just say 10 emails in the time that it takes to send one. So there's still the same volume of work, and this is only for like the big law firms, the ones that you guys are all trying to aim to get into, the magic circles, the top 10, I've seen the league tables. They hire less lawyers and then give them way too many clients and give them too much work to do, therefore they have to stay longer. They could hire more lawyers, still have that fast-paced work, but not have to stay those long hours, but they choose not to. Why? Because they don't want to pay people loads of salaries. It's when they could give one person the job of two, why just give them the job of one? I hope I'm explaining that well. Comment below and I can elaborate if you are struggling to understand that. Number three, what they don't tell you is that those beautiful open plan offices with the open door policy, so everybody is equal, there isn't this hierarchy of who's the boss and who isn't, is there just because for a nice environment. They are like Big Brother. They're making sure that nobody's slacking, everyone's doing work. They'll tell you when you come to open days that so there is no hierarchy, the bosses and the trainees hang around with the partners and all this stuff, but it is literally because, psychologically anyway, it is for a Big Brother incentive. They're always watching you and always keeping an eye, and actually when you are working in that firm, most of the time there is a hierarchy, except for a few firms which I do really like, but they're close to my heart and I'm not going to tell you about them. Number four, they don't tell you that actually the more money you make, the less time you have to spend it. I sat down with a partner making ridiculously amounts of money a year, and he was like, oh yeah, I have 3 nannies. Mum. Hi mum.
Hello, my love.
I'm filming a video.
Should I say good afternoon?
Okay, so I sat down with a partner and he was like, look, I've got like 3 nannies, I send my kids to boarding school, all this stuff. And I was thinking, there is nothing more valuable to a child than having a parent that is present. And I'm not going to judge people, but what I mean is that the more money these people seem to make, the less they have time to spend it. And what's another sick joke is that when I sat in front of a panel of partners and business people and they were asked, what's the worst thing about your job? They were like, oh, when a paycheck comes in late or a client pays late. And I was just thinking, like, you can survive a week perfectly fine without paycheck, and money is still such a tangible part of your mind. Mother. Hello? Mum, I'm filming a video, so I'm gonna have to call you back, okay? Oh my gosh, she's making me lose track of my mind. Anyway, I just can't believe that when you're that rich, your focus is on money that you really cannot spend because you live in your law firm. Number 5, you might not know this because you might not have worked in top firms, but I did in London, and what they don't tell you is that the reason why they have doctors, therapists, gyms, gym instructors, I've seen a gift shop, I've seen a kids gift shop, hotel suites upstairs, all this stuff. The reason why they have a mini world in this law firm is so you never leave. You're literally addicted to staying in the firm, and you make the firm more money because you don't have any reason to leave. If you're sick, you go to the doctor down the hallway. The therapist is in the room. There was one that had those people who, chiropractors in the firm as well, because obviously people are always sat at their desk and that's not very good for your back, and so that is how messed up it is. The reason why I made this video is because you all strive to get into these top firms, but you really don't know what you're signing up for. The amount of people I know that works for these big firms, especially this one firm I know, that they worked hard to get first in a degree, they worked hard to get a training contract, and then they arrive there not knowing really what they sign up to, can't quit really, because they'll think that everything they did was a waste, and now they're miserable. Whereas I've been to these, why does everybody have to text me today? It's funny because something I noticed just in the work experience I've done is that the people in the big firms tend to not be married and tend to not have kids, whereas the people in the smaller firms tend to be married and have kids and still have enough money to provide for those kids. So honestly, the choice is yours. I just want you to be able to make an informed decision on these law firms and know what you're going into. Anyway, I feel like I'm rambling, so let's just finish this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful at all, please do give it a thumbs up. Leave me any comments if you want to continue this discussion. If you're not yet subscribed, then click that subscribe button and I will see you in my next video.